I'm a truck driver for a moving company on the East Coast, and we specialize in cross-country moving, typically moving people to the far West Coast, which can take anywhere from 20 to 40 hours, depending on the locations. One night, as the darkness swallowed the lonely roads of Nebraska, something bizarre and unsettling caught my eye. I'd been working with this company for almost 4 years. This job was like every other. I got to the pickup address and loaded the trailer full of the customer's belongings. This was a 30-hour drive, which I would do with 2 to 3 short rest stops. The most complex states to drive through are in the Midwest, specifically Iowa and Nebraska. There's absolutely nothing there. It's just dead roads with endless fields of grass beside them. It makes for a very dull and therefore tiring drive. As I passed through the Iowa border into Nebraska, the sun had just set, and I'd been on the road for about 20 hours. I took a short break a few states ago, but was just about ready for another. My eyes were heavy, and I could feel the drowsiness coming in. But a few more miles down, I saw something on the side of the road. A car was stopped off to the side of my lane with its headlights on. It was a narrow road, so I slowed down carefully to pass. As I did, I noticed the exhaust was steaming, so the car was still running. A man was leaning against the driver's door and looking at me. I passed by and gave him a nod. But as I got further down the road, I saw him get back into the car. It was extraordinary for someone sitting on the side of an empty street with a car still running. He didn't look like he was in trouble. He looked like he was waiting. I checked my mirrors often, but the car's headlights disappeared behind me after a few minutes. I was slightly more awake now, but my eyes still felt heavy. I saw another car only a mile or so down the road. This one was sideways in the middle of the road. And as I got closer, I saw another vehicle on the side, a large box van. I wasn't sure exactly what the situation was, but seeing that gave me a bad feeling. I eased into my brakes, but the car stayed in the middle of the road, so I was forced to come to a complete stop. I was 20 yards away and saw multiple men standing along the road and one man in front of the car. I'd have to be the dumbest person in the world not to understand what this was. With no better options, I started moving the truck backward. The men stayed where they were with this horrifying confidence. Then, a light shone behind me as a car approached, blocking the way back. A man exited the car, sprinting to the back of my trailer. At the same time, all the men in the front started racing at me too. My mind went blank instantly, and all my adrenaline took over. I slammed on the gas as I heard a pop on the back of the trailer, and the doors swung open. The men in front yelled and tried to stand in my way, but once they saw I wasn't stopping, they jumped on the side of the road. I rammed right into the car, knocking it off the road and destroying it. A few gunshots sounded in the distance, but none hit. I could hear cargo falling out of the trailer for the next 5 miles before I could call the police and meet an officer on the road. Of course, this was a total mess, but as it all unfolded, it turned out to be more than just a random attack and robbery. When I drove away, leaving the wreckage and chaos behind, I couldn't shake off the feeling of dread. They never said what they would have done to me after they robbed the truck, but I don't think it's a stretch to assume that it would have been much easier for them not to leave any loose ends. As I continued, the darkness swallowed them, and I was left wondering who they were and what horrors they were capable of.